I'm going to say it if no one tells you. Content creation looks easy from the outside, but showing up every single day, especially when no one's even watching you yet, that takes more than motivation. Hey, vision builders. My name is Marshall, and I help creators, introverts, and believers bring their ideas to life with peace, purpose, and structure. I'm going to say it if no one tells you. Content creation looks easy from the outside, but showing up every single day, especially when no one's even watching you yet, that takes more than motivation. I almost quit creating content before anyone even knew I started. Not because I wasn't good at it, but because I was exhausted trying to stay consistent. It takes vision and sometimes just the faith of a mustard seed. Now, in my last video, I shared why I chose to build faceless content, but not only that, I showed you a full tutorial on how to build your own. But choosing to stay hidden doesn't necessarily mean to stay inconsistent. I've burnt out before, and every single time it happened, it wasn't because I didn't have the ideas, it was simply I didn't have a system. So, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I now stay consistent without crashing. This is how I protect my peace and show up every single week, and I hope you will too. So, okay. Before we even talk about systems, let's define burnout. According to the World Health Organization, burnout is a state of chronic stress that has not been successfully managed. It's marked by emotional exhaustion, mental distance from work, and reduced effectiveness. And for creators, burnout doesn't always look like quitting. Sometimes it looks like disappearing for a few weeks. Sometimes it looks like constantly second guessing yourself. And a 2023 report by Later found that 43% of creators experience burnout monthly or quarterly, and another 29% feel it daily or weekly. That means nearly 3 out of 4 creators are battling burnout regularly, whether anyone sees it or not. And another report found that 79% of creators have experienced burnout at some point in their journey, not from the lack of passion, not from the lack of passion, but from doing too much without support. That was me. And what I realized is this: burnout usually isn't caused by doing too much, it's caused by doing too much without a system. When you're posting last minute, chasing trends, and overthinking every detail, it's only a matter of time before it all feels heavy. What I had to learn is this: consistency is a byproduct of clarity. If I don't know what I'm building toward, I won't feel like showing up. And that's not laziness, that's your body protecting you from exhaustion. Here's my simple workflow. What I do instead is one day out the week, I batch my thoughts before I even batch content. Every week, I carve out time to brainstorm, probably like Monday, but it's not videos, more or less themes. Then I ask, what's the message I want to say this week? Okay, Shell, how do you want people to feel when they hear that message? Once that's clear, I go straight to AI to map it out, not to replace my voice, but to speed up the process. Then I record, not daily, not whenever I feel like, but intentionally. I record 2 to 3 pieces of content in one sitting. I even do this when I don't feel ready, like right now, because momentum is built in the motion. Just got to keep with a rhythm, and that works for me. The more I push, the more I get closer, and the more I get consistent. Here's my second tip on how to prevent burnouts and to remain consistent. They are boundaries. Boundaries are non negotiable. I used to feel guilty if I didn't post every single day. Now I prioritize being present in real life. So I have something to give online. That includes showing up for my family. My house relies on a scripture in 1 Timothy 3:5. If anyone does not know how to manage his own household, how can he take care of God's church? That reminded me my first ministry isn't my platform, isn't this right here. It is my home. I take breaks. I don't overcommit. I say no to trends that do not align because protecting your energy is just as important as showing up. And protecting my family time and protecting my relationship with the Lord is a part of that energy. You cannot build something sustainable if you're always in survival mode. All right, if you made it this far, you are here to learn the last tip to remain consistent and prevent burning out. This is the last thing that keeps me going, and it's not about strategy, it's about surrendering. I had to stop creating from a place of survival, wanted to be monetized, be important, and start creating from a place of peace. I'll be honest, my first long form video was supposed to go live days before it actually did. I had everything ready, and then every single feed I recorded disappeared after editing for 13 hours. I spent hours trying to recover it, re-upload it, restart it. I was extremely frustrated. And then I remembered something that a branding client shared with me from Trip. She is a spiritual coach, and she says, pause, pray, and praise. I took a breath, I gave it back to God, and I left it alone. And when I finally surrendered the outcome, my peace came back. That moment reminded me I'm not creating for an applause. I'm creating in obedience. You can have the best of workflows, the clearest of boundaries, but if your soul is still striving, burnout will find you anyway. That's the devil's work. So now I create with intention. I release the rest, and I trust that what's for me will not be forced. So, what helped me the most? Creating a workflow I could actually repeat. I designed my own lead magnets. I set clear days to write, record, and rest. And I made space for my mind to breathe. Let me tell you, if you're creating content, whether you're showing your face or staying behind the scenes, or just trying to stay consistent without losing yourself, hear me clear. Know that structure is not the enemy of creativity, it is what sets it free. If you found value in this, I made something just for creators like you and I. It's called Find Your Niche in 3 AI powered steps. Inside, I show you how to use AI to gain clarity on your niche, your content strategy, and your workflow so you don't burn out while you build. You can go ahead and download it for free at the link below. And if you're still unsure, still trying to figure it out, just start with what you have, okay? You can do this. Even the faith of a mustard seed can move mountains. Don't let fear keep you stuck. If you're building something quietly, consistency, and with intention, you're not alone. This is Start the Thought. Subscribe, download the guide, and start showing up for your vision today. God bless you guys.